The only rule for this skateboarding session is I'm not allowed to air that hip. Now I know that doesn't sound like much of a restriction, but I really like airing hips. Like a lot of people, I started skateboarding because of the Tony Hawk games. And while there are so many things that I absolutely love about this sport, the one thing that excites me more than anything else is the idea that I can just fly through the air. So the moment that I realized I could learn to air over this hip, I got so tunnel visioned on it that I kind of stopped doing anything else at this park. And that means I'm missing out on the rest of what I'm told is a really great bowl. So I started by just pumping around the bowl, not giving any thought to tricks or lines, just really focusing on trying to get a good feel for it. And it was hard to break the habit of going straight for that hip, but after a few runs, things started to feel a lot more natural. And it's subtle, but this thing is really well designed. Because it's fairly small and spread out, you do have to put in a bit of work to get and maintain speed. And the transition is a little sharper than you might expect. But if you can handle that, you're rewarded with a bowl where every trick you do on every wall points you beautifully to your next grind. And once that clicked for me, a bit more of a coherent line started to form. Now the first thing I realized is I just need to roll into the pocket here. This sets me up really nicely for a long grind through the corner and a frontside 50 on the other wall. The roll-on grinds were a neat idea, but if I'm not going to air the hip, there's just no reason to start that far down the bowl. So I focused mainly on getting better at grinding through the corner and using that hump in the middle to maintain speed. From there, I have two good options. If I take the front 50-50 fast enough, I can exit into the bank. And that seems cool, but I'm not really sure what I would do from there. So I decided on option 2. I've been afraid of that clamshell looking thing with its total lack of flat top since I started coming here. And this feels like as good a time as any to get a nice, basic grind on it. Then I'll have plenty of speed to end the run on a long 50-50. But just as things started feeling good, it started to rain. So I got in one more run before I had to call it a night. This was definitely a success at getting more comfortable in riding this bowl, but it feels like this line needs a lot more work. I want to work up to a more committal grind on that clamshell rather than just a slasher, and I think the whole thing will get a lot more interesting once I learn 5-0s and Smith grinds. Or, if I just start with an air.